Hello warriors of YouTube, and welcome to Becoming Valkyrie, the channel where I talk about all things Viking and generally becoming a badass. Now, I don't have a PhD in history, I'm not a black belt in martial arts, and I'm not any kind of guru. But I've been doing this for 1.5 years now, and I wanted to share with you my journey into unleashing the Viking woman inside me. Unleashing the Valkyrie in a stable and balanced way. 1.5 years ago, before I started all of this, I was like I think a lot of you. I was walking through life unfulfilled. I was fitting into society and society's expectations, bottling up my individuality, tampering down what I felt inside to try and fit in. But inside, I felt not an aggression, but a fierceness, a passion that I don't think most of society shared. And so I bottled it up. I kept it hidden, kept acting like the polite little scholar, because I was in college and I was about to graduate, and that's what I was supposed to be focusing on. Studies and figuring out my life in a, I'm totally not about to have a panic attack about this kind of way. You know, typical societal, about to graduate college student. And that whole time, I felt that fierceness pushing and pushing my perfect inner self, trying to push out, to force its way out and say, no, this is who I am. But no, I bottled it up because I didn't think it would be accepted. I didn't think that society would have been okay with it, would have liked it. But it kept persisting. Now, I'd tried things before. I tried karate when I was in high school, and it didn't fit. You know when you get that feeling of that thing that just perfectly aligns with you and who you are and what you love? Like, if you're an artist, do you ever look at somebody who makes pottery and you're like, that's nice, but it's not my thing. And then maybe you see somebody do oil paintings and you're like, wow, it's beautiful and it's amazing and it captivates you, and you can feel your heart trying to reach out to that thing and be like, yes, that's my thing, and you feel that connectiveness, that rightness. Well, as I was going through college and as I was bottling everything up inside, I started to feel that way. When I watched things that were becoming popular in media and movies and TV shows, things like Vikings, Lagertha, seeing Lagertha triggered me. Even characters from Game of Thrones, Ygritte and Dany, both triggered me. Even characters from How to Train Your Dragon. I saw them, these women, who instead of being penalized and judged and put down for being strong, independent warrior women, were instead praised, heralded. These heroines were aspired to, inspirational, beloved even, because of these warrior, independent, strong woman traits. And it just clicked. It's like, yes! the perfect me inside, my perfect self, kept crying, that, see her, that, be that, that's who you're supposed to be. And I just kept being like, but no one trains Viking martial arts. That's only for people in the movies. You know, and I don't think I'm ever going to become a great actress. So I guess that, I don't know. So I kept putting it off, and I did nothing, and I did nothing, and I did nothing, and the discontentment and the unfulfillment kept bottling up and everything, until finally one day I just Googled it. And lo and behold, somebody does teach Viking martial arts. It's called Hurstwic. Yes, it's the t-shirt I'm wearing right now. And it was in my state. and it was close. And I was like that voice inside just kept saying, go, 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 go. So I went to their first class and I tried it, and it was everything I hoped it would be. The fulfillment, the rightness, everything connected. And so I have been going for 1.5 years, and I have been learning everything I hoped I would. I have found a group with which I can share my passions, who accepts me for who I am and encourages me to express it even more. So now I'm learning how to shield bash. I'm dual wielding. I'm cutting with sharp edged steel. I'm axe throwing. I can't even tell you so many things. Spear work. We even work with this thing called, I'm going to butcher the name, but it's a super badass, extreme Viking spear called an Egbert. Yep, I just butchered that. Anyway, I'm doing everything that I never even thought was possible, and the rightness feels so good. It feels so good that I wanted to share it with you. Because if you are anything like I was 1.5 years ago, you're watching this and that voice inside is starting to call you. You're starting to feel that tug in your heart. Because you know, and you felt it every single day, that you've been bottling yourself up so that society would accept you. But just because it's the popular way or the norm doesn't mean it's right, and doesn't mean it's best for you. So like I said, I don't have a PhD, I don't have a black belt, I'm not some kind of guru. But if you want to learn anything about Vikings in general, how they fought, their culture, all of it, this is for you. But even more so, if you want to learn confidence, self-esteem, acceptance, if you, I can't even tell you how good it feels. If you want to learn how to be a badass, I'm inviting you to come on my journey with me so that maybe you can take something away. Now, we're not going to be the same kind of badass. Your definition of badass is different than my definition. And none of those definitions are wrong. We are all individuals, and we all have our own individual path to take and our own different shape and color of badassery. So my journey is not going to exactly look like your journey, and that's okay, that's good. But I want to invite you to come on this with me so that maybe something you see, something I've learned, what I'm experiencing can translate to you and even help you just a little bit, just an inch, to get you further along so that your tomorrow is a different world than your yesterday. In your tomorrow, I want you to be grinning like an idiot, to feel confident walking down the street, walking into the boardroom, taking care of your kids, whatever it is. I want you to feel 100% fulfillment and to know that you are a badass in every day of your life, because you are. You might not know it yet, but you are. You just got to let it out. Let out your inner Valkyrie. Let out your inner Viking. He or she wants to come out. Or maybe this channel's for you because you just want to watch me get beat up by a sword a lot. That's going to happen a lot. And shields, and axes, and long axes, and a lot of stuff. There's a lot of bruises involved, but it's all worth it. So if any of that appeals to you, which, God, I hope it does, if you want your tomorrow to be better than your yesterday, if you want to hear about Vikings and their warfare, and their culture, their way of life, if you want to be a badass, then I will see you for episode 2 of Becoming Valkyrie.